What's up, guys? I don't want to brag or boast, but it's me, your favorite TPS host, and today we present 10 teams who need to go back to their old school uniforms. And a big shout out to Arcade25 for suggesting this video. As always, like this video and subscribe to our channel. A wise man once said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I know you guys are tired of seeing this Barry Sanders jersey. Unfortunately, many of us fail to follow these steps in life. This includes some pro sports teams who decide it's worth changing their uniform in an attempt to increase jersey sales. There's nothing worse than going from beautiful uniforms to something, straight up ugly. Number 10, the Houston Astros. The Astros have seemingly changed their uniforms more than any other MLB team over the years. Pity, because the jerseys they've donned in the 70s and 80s were really cool. The bright yellow and orange blended well. Just look for yourself. Now today's uniforms aren't that awful, but the all orange is a bit much. Number 9, the Vancouver Canucks. Ask 100 Canucks fans, and a large majority of them will tell you that the uniforms they wore in the 80s and 90s were the way to go. This classic look of the skate in the circle has become synonymous with hockey lore. Then in the late 90s, Vancouver chose to use the Orca whale logo. Today, they still have that whale with the blue and green colors. It's not bad, but the old logo was something out of this world. Number 8, the New England Patriots. With the team name Patriots, it does make sense to have red and blue in the uniforms, but we've mentioned before how horrible the Flying Elvis logo is. And by the way, the classic red Patriots uniforms were epic. Stats also show that women love a man in red. It's probably how Tommy Terrific won Giselle Bundchen over. Number 7, the Los Angeles Chargers. Want to know what love at first sight is? These old Charger uniforms. The current uniforms aren't horrible, but they aren't as good as these. The Chargers have changed their uniforms aplenty throughout the years. Hopefully a reunion with the classic 70s and 80s jerseys are in the fold. Number 6, the Houston Rockets. Remember when the Houston Rockets were great in the 90s? They had those 2 NBA championships with Hakeem Olajuwon. Well, he helped these uniforms become iconic. Then the Rockets had that terrible dripping paint uniform. Their logos today? Blech. The old uniforms were more colorful, and they had a better logo back in the day as well. Number 5, the Anaheim Ducks. Many of us saw the 90s Disney trilogy, The Mighty Ducks, when we were kids. As such, many of us have a soft spot for the classic Mighty Ducks of Anaheim uniforms. But then the franchise was rebranded to the Anaheim Ducks. Their current logos are more boring than the final season of Happy Days. So now we get these boring jerseys. Because the letter D is so exciting, anyone feel like petitioning the Ducks to go back to the old uniforms? Number 4, the Detroit Pistons. This beats this. Plain and simple. The red jerseys with the slick horse look, much better than a uniform that simply says Pistons on it. Number 3, the Pittsburgh Pirates. The 70s and 80s were glorious decades for Pittsburgh. The Pirates and Steelers were 2 of the most dominant franchises in sports. And heck, if you were a Pirates fan, that meant you got to see your team wear these iconic uniforms. Don't the current uniforms seem like okay to you? They're not awful, but it's a major downgrade from the classic Pirates uniforms. Number 2, the Dallas Stars. The old Dallas Stars logos were awesome. They blended in the dark green and black well, and the shape of their star was extremely creative. But then the Stars began to change their jerseys throughout the years. They now have these awful neon green bad boys. The logo sucks, the colors are way too fancy. This is hockey, not air traffic control. Number 1, the Utah Jazz. Karl Malone and John Stockton really made the old Utah Jazz uniforms look really cool. The mountain and the slick color blending, it was awesome. Then Utah decided to undergo numerous jersey changes. The current ones are quite mediocre to say the least. We miss those old ones, yes we do. What other sports teams need to go back to their old school uniforms? Join us in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.